Okay, I'm recording some of you right now. But today we are gonna be reading Reddit stories while I play Sorcery in the background. So, let's do this. I got this idea from another YouTuber. I'll put him in the comments or description. And, yeah, let's do it. I'll put together a list of, Reddit stories from AITA. Am I the a-hole? So, yeah, let's just start reading this. Am I the a-hole for telling my friend she's in the same league as the men she calls ugly? Damn, that's crazy. Okay. My friend downloading dating apps like Tinder and Hinge for the first time about a week ago. For reference, she's the type that always said she wants a boyfriend, wants to do a couple things, feels lonely, single, etc. She's also very normal and average looks-wise, not ugly, not super hot, just alright. Since then, she's been complaining to me that almost all the men are ugly, short, etc., and that she doesn't match with anyone hot. I asked to see which people she was calling ugly, so she showed me her likes, and it almost showed people perfectly in her league, as in moderately attractive guys. I told her that these guys were all in her league and she should give some of them a chance, since she always complains about wanting to be in a relationship. She denied that she's the same league as them, and said that she's so much more attractive than them. I pointed out in her own words, she doesn't match with any of the guys she does find attractive, so she's not in their league. She said I was an a-hole. Am I? Wow. Okay, that's crazy. First of all, she has an ego, like a big one, and if she keeps on saying that, like, oh my gosh, everyone's short, then really don't deserve. She doesn't deserve love. I mean, that's not what I'm saying, but I'm just saying, if her ego is really that big, maybe she should wait a bit to get someone to date, because at that point it will be bad for the other person, in my opinion, because then I'm judging this purely off of this post. She has a big ego. She has a big ego, and that might be like not good in a relationship. And I know I'm getting pretty bad advice, but I'm just trying to do the best I can. But yeah, I feel like she needs to be more like humble and stuff, and that will definitely go good. But right now her ego is just way too big, and in my opinion, no, you are not the a-hole. Next one. Am I the a-hole if I didn't invite my dad to my wedding? Alright, hi, this is my first ever post. I, 20 female, and my fiance, 23 male, got engaged a little over a year ago. We are now starting to dip our toes in planning a wedding. Wait, they got engaged? Okay. I thought they said their first ever date was a year ago, and I was like, oh shoot. But no. And one question I keep asking myself is, would I be an a-hole if I didn't invite my dad? For some context on mine and my dad's relationship, my dad, 46 male, cheated on my mom when I was 6, my now stepmom, 56 female. It was a rough divorce that left me staying with my mom, and my dad only getting visitation rights and having to pay child support. My dad lives in another state from me, and throughout my childhood would make promises he never kept, make excuses for why he didn't call. He didn't want to call my mom to talk to me, so my mom got me on a phone, and he still didn't call. I had to be one to call, and mostly I had to go to him to see him. For 13 years of this, I went to give him one last chance and traveled the multiple hours to spend the weekend with him to try to give ourselves a better relationship. The past January, my fiance went to me and everything went well. Yeah. However, as soon as we got home, my dad went radio silent. I tried calling and texting, and he never responded or called back. He finally called me in March on my birthday. I had a breakdown after I answered. I got mad as soon as I saw he was calling. He told me he had no excuse for not calling or texting and knew I was angry about it. I told him I never wanted to talk to again, and that he can't keep doing this to me. He didn't say anything and just hung up. I'm a natural people pleaser, especially when it comes to my mom and my dad. I know my grandpa, my dad's mom. And my dad is devastated when she finds out. I don't plan to invite him. Thank you for taking the time to read this. And if you comment, thank you for taking your time to comment. That one was a long one. Okay. Break it down real quick. Your dad cheated on your mom? Dang, that's already off the bat. He's just a not good person. And I feel like he's just a bum dad. I mean, this is just like a classic case of like a bum dad, just never, ever being there for the child. And I find it crazy how she expressed what she felt and he just hang up, bruh. So, I mean, no, you are not the a-hole for that. I mean, well, she is not the a-hole for that. She finally called me on he only called you on your birthday. I had a breakdown after I answered. I got mad as soon as I saw he was calling. Yeah. Damn. So your grandma would be devastated, it said. Will be devastated when she finds out I don't plan to invite him. Thank you for taking your time to read this and comment. Okay, yeah. Okay, wait, so okay. After 13 years of this, 13 years of him like making excuses. I went to give him you've gave him a lot of chances. 13 years of chances. I would say if he keeps on doing this, if he's been doing this for 13 years straight, he doesn't deserve to see his daughter at that point. Because if he didn't see her then, why should he deserve to see her now? I mean, so no, you are not the a-hole in my opinion, your dad is. Okay, next one. Ooh, am I the a-hole for giving the UPS driver water and a snack? Okay. Alright, to set the scene, I, 32 female, usually give my postal workers waters around the holidays, but in the summer I like to grab drinks from the fridge and hand it directly to them because they get hot if I let them sit outside. Last week, my usual UPS driver, 60-ish male, came to drop off a delivery for my front neighbor. It must have been 9 p.m. because it was darkish outside. He parked in front of my house, and when I noticed him, I thought I'll go hand him a water and a snack since it's so hot outside. He was on the phone with his wife, and when he saw me, he went, "Oh, let me ask my wife if I can take it. Honey, can I take a water from a customer?" He then proceeds to take the sealed water bottle and snack, says thank you, and I walk away. Yesterday he rang my doorbell. I come out and say hi. Then he asked if he could speak to me while mumbling something in his headset. Conversation went like this. Him. We'll name him, Kevin. And this is Sally, okay? Kevin says, "She's right here, honey. I'm gonna put you on the speaker." Sally says, "Hello." And the wife says, of Kevin, we're gonna name her Karen. Karen says, "I mean, as long as you tell her what you needed to tell her, then that's it." Kevin says, "She's listening to you. Go ahead." Sally, "Hello? As a married woman, I don't appreciate you giving my husband water or anything." And then Sally says, "Oh, I usually give my USPS postal workers snacks or water on the holidays, and especially right now since it's so hot and they're out here so late." And Karen says, "Well, as a married woman, I don't like that. And he didn't even have a package for you. You walked out and looked for him. I thought he was a business making deliveries. Let me take care of my husband. I thought it was a joke. I'm not gonna lie." I let her finish her rant. And Sally says, well, he was making a delivery to my front neighbors, but you know what? I apologize. I will never give your husband anything else from here on out. Have a good day. He then proceeded to say thanks and walked away. Didn't say anything else. Mind you, the man, a usually UPS driver, that when he drives by, honks and waves, loves grabbing snacks around the holidays, so I was completely off guard with the wife going off on me. I was just trying to be nice too. So, am I the a-hole for handing over a water and a snack to an USPS driver? I stuttered so hard through that. In my opinion, no, bro. None of these are like their fault. My opinion, no. You're just trying to be nice, and if they can't respect that, then like that's their fault. I mean, I think she's a very insecure and jealous person, the wife, because she was constantly like, "Oh, as a married woman, I do not appreciate all this. I do not appreciate my husband being hydrated." Just kidding. But yeah, I think the wife especially, because like the husband was just like, "Oh, okay, thank you for the snacks, bye," and then the wife was just like, like, yeah, all that. So I think it's the wife, and she is very insecure. She has a big ego, and that's her fault. Yeah, I do not think you're the a-hole. Am I the a-hole for telling my friend that he shouldn't have used AI to write a memorial? Alright. What the heck? The stick drift. Okay. So I play for a volunteer sports team in my local area, and I have made friendships with many of the other people at the club. One person who I have now become friends with manages the social club media, posting about matches, events, etc. I partly because he wants to go into a social media as a career, and he wants to put this on his resume. Recently, someone close to our club passed away. The memorial post that followed was a soulless and nothing burger of a wall of text that waved all the red flags for AI generation. I messaged him and told him that he probably shouldn't have used AI, and then told him ways to make ChatGPT sound more human. Honestly, I was rude, but to me, a bit of rudeness for me is worse than him getting rejected from a job because of the constant use of AI. He then played the I didn't use AI card for a bit, and then went on to say I was being disrespectful because it was a memorial post. Honestly, I can get why he sees me as an a-hole. I was rude, and I could have just went on with my day after seeing the post. So Reddit, am I the a-hole? There's a follow-up. You all will just have to take my word for it that it was AI. Just imagine you ask ChatGPT to write a eulogy. I don't want to dox the deceased person, my friend, the club, or myself. Okay, this is on you and the guy that may have used AI, because if he didn't use AI, then you are definitely the a-hole. You went on him for no reason, and then when he told you he didn't use AI, you were just like, and you kind of just ignored him. But damn, this is 10 hours ago. Alright, it could kind of, but if he did use AI, he kind of deserved it. But also, it's like a 50-50, because we don't know if he actually did use AI, so I'm gonna say this. If he did use AI, you're not the a-hole. He is for, doing this. And then, if he didn't use AI, then you are the a-hole for sure. You randomly went off him for no reason, and did all that stuff you didn't need to do. Thank you for watching. I guess this is the end now. Make sure to like and subscribe. I had a lot of fun doing this. Thank you for watching. Bye!